Abaxx Technologies is closing in on the launch of their new commodity exchange in Singapore, which is still on target to launch this quarter. In all likelihood, this will happen in March if it does happen, but we'll see if the company gives us an official launch date for the exchange in their upcoming conference call. At the end of the day, Abaxx's management team doesn't necessarily care about getting the exchange launched as soon as possible. Their focus is on ensuring that trading on their systems is a pleasant experience, and especially making sure that there's adequate liquidity on the exchange right at launch. They put out a press release today on corporate updates, and their last press release updating us about the company's operations was back in September, so it's been long overdue. If you're just learning about the company, I would encourage you to check out the rest of my videos in my playlist on Abaxx after watching this one to get a grasp of how things have progressed. I'll link that in the description. But diving right into the press release, the primary focus on exchange operations at this point is to integrate all the various market participants into the exchange ecosystem. One aspect of this is onboarding futures commission merchants. Similar to a stockbroker, an FCM is an intermediary on behalf of a customer, soliciting the purchase or sale of a futures contract. An FCM ensures the delivery of the contract upon expiration. They also manage the margin a customer might use, among other responsibilities. Abaxx confirmed that they've onboarded 2 clearing members. One of them is definitely StoneX, as they put out a previous press release about StoneX's acceptance. But we don't know for sure who the second FCM is. Through due diligence on LinkedIn, based on who Joe Rea, Abaxx's chief commercial officer, is interacting with, the consensus right now is that the second FCM is probably Marex. We can see that StoneX is ranked number 16 and Marex is ranked number 12 by size of FCMs. So there are some heavy hitters coming on board already. From previous updates the company's given, we know that Abaxx will probably have at least 3 FCMs ready to go at launch, if not more. The more the merrier, really. In their last corporate update, Abaxx had announced a cooperation agreement with Vanner Global to coordinate on commodity broker trading. This is primarily being done to build out a broker network on the exchange that will coordinate block trades. We can see that Abaxx is still onboarding the global network of brokers and conducting extensive demos on block trade entry along with physical settlement, which is important because of the lack of liquidity early on when the exchange launches. Abaxx will need time to entice enough of the market to start trading on their exchange. Yet while that process plays out, exchange trading is going to be done in over-the-counter block trades using Abaxx's contract specifications. It's also worth noting that Abaxx has completed the integration of clearing independent software vendors, or ISVs, so the software necessary to begin trading is in place. The company is working on training and onboarding all market participants into Abaxx's systems and payment networks. This includes the trading firms, broker firms, and clearing firms. Abaxx Clearing is now active on the SWIFT network, which is the global payment system, and the exchange has successfully onboarded 2 different settlement banks, which will manage the margin deposits. Remember, the goal is to have everything ready to provide adequate liquidity and trading on the exchange at launch. Abaxx wants to start fermenting the beginnings of a network effects moat. This is the primary moat that futures contracts provide, and liquidity is crucial to the success of a futures contract. So ensuring as many firms are trading it as possible is incredibly important. We already know that Abaxx has 43 firms who have signaled their intent to trade on the exchange. Chances are this number has probably risen since they announced this months ago, so things are looking good. In a previous video, I covered how Abaxx had a private placement at the Abaxx Technologies level, the parent company. This included funding from Canoe Financial, K2, Wellington, which is a $1 trillion asset management firm, as well as BlackRock. So there's certainly some institutional interest. Well, in the meantime, we also had a second funding round at the exchange level, so this dilutes the investors' ownership in the exchange, but did not dilute our equity at least. There are plans for a second financing round at the exchange level, but that will likely happen after launch. The first group was CBOE, TLW Trading, which is run by Tom Ward, who is the founder of Sandridge Energy and co-founder of Chesapeake Energy, so he's a bit of a titan in the natural gas industry in the US. Along with CBOE and TLW, they also brought in Traxys Lithium Investments, which is a part of Traxys, one of the largest commodity traders in the world, doing $10 billion in revenue annually. The Abaxx Technologies parent company still owns around 88% of the exchange for now, so they've been trying to maintain as much control of the exchange as possible. Abaxx was also accepted into both the International Lithium Association as well as the Futures Industry Association. So the acknowledgement of Abaxx as an official exchange and player in the commodity space continues to grow as we approach launch. As we know, Abaxx will have LNG, carbon, and nickel sulfate futures ready to go at the start, but they're making progress on developing new contracts as well. Abaxx notes that development work on additional battery and precious metals contracts is their priority at the moment. As far as things are concerned for now, the addition of a new lithium contract is making progress, which is currently advanced to stage 2 of development. And precious metals, which is assumed to be gold, is currently still in stage 3, same as their last corporate update. Josh Crum, the CEO, has been teasing the development of new AI tools that can lead to increasing efficiency in commodity trading. This will likely play a role in the coordination of block trades, but they can also use AI to chart more efficient LNG shipments, which would reduce methane emissions, among other benefits as well. In addition to these tools, Abaxx marked the completion of their Project Venice pilot demos, which use their ID++ tools verifier and chat to connect qualified market participants looking to trade carbon credits. This is necessary for the carbon markets because most trades are currently done over the counter. There is no centralized exchange or carbon price that dominates the voluntary carbon markets currently. I'm not sure how this might translate into potential revenues for Abaxx, if it's an actual platform or just the usage of existing apps, but more usage of ID++ products in the financial space will only make it easier to increase adoption of the technology later on. This is the portion of the company that's been taking a back seat as Abaxx has been pushing toward launch of their exchange. But ID++ is a technological opportunity that Jeff Curry and Josh Crum have been just as excited about, if not more, than the exchange itself. So it's safe to say that the company is making progress on all fronts, and it seems like they continue to affirm the idea that they'll launch this quarter. Long-term investors in the company will know that Abaxx has not been able to provide accurate timelines so far, so we'll have to see if they can manage to pull it off, but building out market infrastructure is not a simple process, so it's difficult to say how much we can really blame management. Overall, it sounds like the company is making great headway, and the market's certainly responding positively given the share price. So the next couple of months could be very exciting. Abaxx is holding an investor call on February 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so feel free to attend if you'd like to hear more about the company. As I was saying earlier in the video, if this is your first time learning about Abaxx, I have a whole playlist of videos on the company that you can check out in the description below. So we'll leave it there, and thanks for watching.